New Frontier Craft 1.8.3 underscore 0. Whatever you want it to be, because I updated to 0.1 and then I made another quick update to 0.2. And unfortunately, neither of them are quite playable yet. So the name A Fine Update isn't really fitting. But we'll get into why that's not working and what has been added. So, first off, the biggest thing is I have permanently integrated Optifine into New Frontier Craft. For all of you people who have crap tops and have tried to install Optifine with NFC before, but you'd end up crashing with quite a bit of errors, well, now it's made to be with NFC, and I mean, what you're seeing here is two different videos comparing. The first video you're seeing here is without Optifine. This is just 1.8.3. The second video is with Optifine. The improvement is about 3 times better frames, and it's so much more playable. I can actually play on normal render distance on my crap top. I mean, it's really cool to be playing with normal render distance on something that usually doesn't have that good of processing power, or a graphics card. But whatever, I mean, this will make NFC work on your laptops that are really poor in processing or graphics card or whatever. So for you people who have already good computers, will this benefit you? Actually kind of will. There's a couple of other things you can tweak with Optifine that's pretty fun, like the better grass option, and you can zoom in with C or whatever preset control it gives you. I don't know if... Another big thing is I have also removed mod loader from NFC's code, and that means New Frontier Craft is totally legal. There is no problems with distributing New Frontier Craft to you guys. There's no way someone can get on our tail and say, hey, this is not right, and shut us down. It is all good code. But there is a problem. Adding an Optifine and removing mod loader has created a fair amount of need for recode in the Minecraft code in general areas. I had to completely recode the names you see. Like if you go into your inventory and look at any item in your inventory, it shows a name. I had to completely recode that, and there's obviously going to be a couple of errors or mess ups, and there already has been some misspellings, some weird code text. I'll fix that eventually. There's also a couple of other errors that makes the game almost unplayable, and that is just having to do with spawning mobs. So yeah, this update actually isn't very stable in the slightest, and I've already coded a fair amount of 1.8.4, and releasing that or trying to revert it wouldn't make much sense. So just wait until 1.8.4 is out. That will just be an awesome update, and after that I'll be focusing on getting authentication coded for beta and alpha versions for certain ones, and focusing on you guys, because I mean, I think NFC 1.8.4 is going to be the first real solid version of NFC. That's when I'm going to consider New Frontier Craft being, you know, good for public use. I think it's going to appeal to a lot more people with the next update. So yeah, we'll just wait until then. Also, in this 0.2 update, instead of just 0.1, what I ended up fixing was a lot of people reported in 1.8.3 that there's a really bad inventory lag thing where you'd be crafting and it'd be very slow to respond. I think I pretty much fixed that, but of course this update's not really playable yet. Another thing I've added in is a new soundtrack that plays in the background while you're playing Minecraft, and that is by C418. It's called Equinox. I think that's how it's pronounced. I really don't know. It's spelled kind of weirdly, but you'll see it. I don't know why Notch didn't add it in. I think it sounds really cool and it really hits on the old Minecraft feeling. Also, information on the recent vote. Holy shamoles, this absolutely wrecked, because, I mean, it's like a 3-to-1 vote almost. I mean, the alpha and beta people obviously want this along with New Frontier Craft. I agree with you guys. I said a little bit about what I was going to do in the first episode of Super Hostile. So, I mean, what's going to be cool is in a few weeks I'll probably be saying a new frontier in a video, and then the next video I'll be saying to the alpha again. Plans for 1.8.4. Now here's a graph just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do and why I think it's going to appeal to a lot more people. First of all, I do want to make it still more... I want to make New Frontier Craft more difficult than vanilla Minecraft. Just because this is for, you know, the experienced Minecraft player, and just doing regular vanilla is so easy. So I want to give it a little bit of a challenge and making you slower at first. But what I did with the original NFC was I made it more of a grind. I don't want to have that I mean, people who will grind through it, and then they start just launching through tier 3 and 4, and that's why it spikes right there, because you go through those like nothing. And then you're at tier 5, tier 7. Those you grind for, but those are okay to grind for because you already have really good tools. But in the beginning, when you have crap tools and you're grinding, it's kind of annoying. And after you go through all these tiers and you start a new world, you really don't want to go through them again. So my goal of NFC is not take away the grind part, but still have you weaker at first. So it's going to take a little longer to advance, but not as much as it is now in New Frontier Craft. And more of the grinding will be in the upper tiers, where you're finding a lot more harder metals, but it's going to be a lot more rewarding, and it's not going to be as painful. I think that's going to be awesome. And I think a lot more people are going to like this. Along with the new terrain generation, there's going to be a bunch of different ways ores can generate. I'm not just taking everything and making it clouds. I'm still adding in veins. I'm going to have clouds. I'm going to have concentrated veins. I'm going to have chunk generations. It's going to be pretty cool. There's going to be all these different unique aspects to ores. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing update, and that's why I'm going to go all public once that thing is out. Now, as I mentioned, I've already actually coded a lot of 1.8.4. I mean, I'm like 1/3 done I was just coding all day this morning. And the major part to 1.8.4, though, that's going to make it take a little bit longer than just coding, is I do want multiple people to test this out and make sure that this will be achieved the proper way before I release it to the public. So that's an update. That, actually, I talked a little bit longer than I expected to, but oh well. Hope to see you in the next video.